What's up guys, welcome back. duarktikhq here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and today it's a very special day. I have a very special video for you. I'm gonna walk you through how can you defeat the Hydra team on war defense with the Spiderverse symbiote, something like that, and some options you can use to make this team better or a little bit easier. And by the way, this was the first time I tried. I just made the strategy on my mind and then let's see if this works out or not, and it actually worked pretty great. Now it was only it was a 50k punch down, but I think we could do it way easier, and my team is very unbalanced. My symbiote Spider-Man is very strong and everyone else is sort of weak. So I mean, it's debatable on how well this team works. It's not debatable, the team works 100%. The difference is that I should have other the characters more well balanced, and yeah, they are not. But we're gonna leave that to the end of the video, and I'm gonna tell you about the problems I have with my team, and where can you improve, and what can you fix it to make it 100% reliable. Okay, so as you can see, we have defense down, we have still the anger up, and we have the armory up. So we have 20% bonus stats, and we start with deflect, but we start with defense down. That's pretty bad. So that increases the difficulty against us, and look how much buffs they have. They have all the buffs, so it's not like it's a 50k punch down, but with all these buffs and while with this debuff, it's not a joke. It's not easy stuff. But yeah, so the Red Skull is gear tier 13. Everyone else is okay, gear 10, gear tier 10, two of them, and the difference here is that they don't have the tank. They have the Grenadier instead, but that can be annoying as well because he can dispel and so on, and they have more damage. If they would have the tank, I think it would be even easier for us. But they have the barracks, so 20% stats for them. They have medbay, 40% HP. They have defense up, which is, I think it was the room that I was attacking that had defense up, and they have anger up. So they have almost every buff. Okay, let's get started. Our team is Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, Venom, Green Goblin, and Miles. Now we're gonna talk about it later. I'm gonna stop a little bit throughout the video to explain everything that is going on. I'm playing on Memu. It's the most reliable emulator right now, in my opinion. I don't really like BlueStacks, and before I used Nox, but BlueStacks and Nox, they have the same latency problems. So yeah, okay, so we just started normal stuff. We have Green Goblin giving defense down on the guy with the most resistance. Now that's nice because you can use Carnage to apply all the bleeds to that guy, and then you can spread them more easily with Venom. Unfortunately, since they don't have the tank, and like Red Skull is on the middle. Usually Red Skull is on the position 2 or 4, or some people like to use him on the corners. In the middle is a little bit annoying. That slows us down, but yeah. Once again, this was my first try, so I made a few mistakes on this attempt, and I was still testing what could work and what doesn't. I completely forgot that Red Skull is immune to bleed. I don't know exactly why, but I guess because he's damage reduction. But surprisingly enough, I was able to apply bleed to him eventually. So yeah, I guess it's just a matter of chance. Okay, so we have our deflects, we have defense down, that guy once again with the defense down from the Green Goblin. That's why Green Goblin is here. He's going to lower the defense of the guy with the most resistance, so he can pierce through their resistance. Okay, so let's see what I did here. Should be the basic, just attack the guy and apply the bleeds. But sometimes I'm quite surprising on what I do. I was pondering in attacking Red Skull because he's in the middle and that's more convenient, especially because we have that guy on stealth, and if you spread you can apply debuffs to the guy with stealth. But it was still nice. You can see even that Carnage is at level 65, 5 red, 6 yellow. He did no damage to this guy and he has defense down, so these guys are very, very beefy. Once again, even that is a 50k punch down, it's not an easy task, but it's very, very reliable. Okay, so Carnage attack, spread put the bleeds on that guy. And now what did I do? Okay, so I extended the bleeds and applied more to that guy. It's not enough to kill him. Wow, 100,000. That's crazy. My symbiote Spider-Man is a little bit strong. So yeah, it was not enough to kill him. That's great because we're gonna spread those bleeds. Now, because we lower him so much, Venom got speed up, so that's great. You're gonna speed that even faster. And as you can see, Red Skull, he already has 1 bleed. It's not gonna give him any damage, but it's interesting to say the least. Okay, so now he spread, he got resistance, he got the heal block, and this guy got plenty of debuffs as well. Now, one good thing about Green Goblin, and the reason why he's here, is that on every Spiderverse ally turn, including himself, he dispels 2 buffs from the enemies. That's crazy. That's amazing against the Red Skull team. But my Green Goblin is very, very weak. He's like 30,000 or 35,000, something like that. So many of the dispels are going to be resisted. But still, you can see that plenty of times he dispels. And because Carnage gives speed up to Spider-Man and Venom, that's gonna make like you have a lot of dispels going on. So it's quite interesting, and that's amazing against the Red Skull team, because you are constantly removing the taunts, the offense ups, the death proofs, and so on. So it's a very, very good strategy, and that's why it works so well. I mean, it could still work without Green Goblin, but it just makes way more easier. Now we'll see eventually that my Green Goblin is going to die very early, and we still manage to defeat them because we have other tools in the pocket. Okay, so let's continue. Now we have Miles. Let's see what I do with Miles, and then I'll give some tips on all the good things he can do. Okay, so here I turn rewind Red Skull. That's good, but we have other options. If the tank was on the field, the Hydra guard, you should disrupt him so he doesn't get any buffs, so he's not in your way when you want when he's going to taunt, so he's not in your way. Okay. Now, one of the good things is that we turn rewind Red Skull, and that's good because he will have no abilities, and he also got slow. Unfortunately, he's only 1 turn slow, so he's not that great, but the turn rewind definitely helps. Now, what I should have done is save this for the second round of Red Skull attacking, because on the first round he's going to do the summons, and if he does the summons are very weak. You'll be able to get 1 or 2 free turns just from killing the summons, and then you can turn rewind him, and that would give you a huge boost at the beginning of the fight. Unfortunately, at the beginning I didn't thought about it, and yeah, like I said, it was my first try. Now, another thing that we need to be aware of Miles is that if the character is attacking as defense down, if you attack him, he's also going to dispel 2 more buffs or something like that. So he can also dispel many of those pesky death proofs that Red Skull applies to his minions. But yeah, here, unfortunately, Miles was not that great. But we turn and rewind him, so he's not doing the summons yet, and we can focus on the other guys. Okay, so sniper buffed. That guy is already full of buffs, but that's not super bad thing. Now this guy got defense down and attacked. That was really bad because we want the front line to be attacked, and that's why we're gonna talk about some other options at the end of the video to fix this problem. Because Green Goblin, he doesn't have any self-heal and he can't get the defense up, so he's very vulnerable. So as you can see, he died. He did some good things about dispelling, but unfortunately he died way too early. Okay, so you're going to use Carnage to spread the buffs, spreading Blitz. Anything that he spreads is good. Unfortunately, it's only 2 buffs. I wish it would be 3, but yeah, 2 I think it's way too little, but okay, sure. Okay, now you're going to do the basic. You are going to apply defense down. And like I said, anyone that has defense down, Miles now can also dispel the buffs. So that's nice. Now we are getting a lot of offense up. You can see Frenzy Fury right here in the middle. The only character that heals here, the team, is Carnage. So we need to be careful with that. Venom can heal himself and apply defense up, but Symbiote Spider-Man cannot. So we need to be careful with that and make sure these 3 guys, they are beefy enough to hold the lines by themselves, because the guys on the back are going to be very vulnerable. Okay, so Venom Venom is amazing, and I put T4 on Carnage passive, so it gives even more speed up or turn meter, and with that Venom is like literally amazing. He can flip 2 buffs and apply 1 more bleed, so against Red Skull, that's just amazing. Look, all the death proofs are gone, he's full of bleeds, he's defense down, and he's going to die. And now Carnage is going to spread some more buffs. And we are just going to feed on these guys. So let's see what I'm going to do here. So this guy already died. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I only dispel 1 of the deflects. 1 was activated for blocking, and the other one was dispelled, unfortunately. Now, what we want to do here, we have the stun available. What we are going to do, we are going to stun Red Skull, because we want to have him under crowd control all the time, so he doesn't attack, so he doesn't do anything at all. The only thing he does is reviving the guys and giving death proof and so on, and that's enough. We don't need you to attack us. But like I said, there is that situation, we should do this after he does the summons, but even if he does the summons later, it's not a huge problem. Okay, so yeah. Now you know what's going to happen. Venom is going to flip all those death proofs into bleeds, 3 bleeds. So they are ready to die once again, and unfortunately we got Miles is going to happen the same that happened to Green Goblin. Now I was spreading the heal blocks and the slow. I should have done from this guy to here, but it's not always the way we want. And now kill those 2 guys. I put the T4 on that ability so it always applies bleed. You should put all the T4s on Symbiote Spider-Man. They are all good. Probably the passive is the worst of all, because it only gives HP. The other ones, they are really good. Some content creators, they look down on it, but they shouldn't. All the T4s are amazing. I did all of them and I don't regret 1 bit. Okay, so those 2 guys died, or at least one of them. This guy has death proof. The problem is that every time you kill the trooper, he's going to attack everyone, because the back line is weaker. They are going to suffer, but we're going to fix that at the end of the video with a new strategy. Okay, so he has many of the charges are gone. We are going to continue this. I put the disrupt here, but it was like pointless. I just had nothing else to do. Yeah, whatever. And it didn't even apply to him. He still has bleed, I don't know exactly why, and yeah. So Miles is dead. Now we spread the disrupt, that was nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't prevent the death proofs. But as you can see, we kill them, we get speed up, and now Venom is going to flip the death proofs, and we just continue killing these guys. Okay, so now we don't have a good chain to continue. That's fine. Now we are just going to apply the defense down, flip those buffs, and so on. You should completely ignore the trooper, just leave him to the end. Kill those two, usually it's the tank, the scientist, and the sniper. Now I ability block there, and I know he's immune to bleeds, but what we want is to prevent him to do the summons or to do the attacking. So even that we didn't do any damage to him, and he actually took some damage. I don't know exactly why, maybe from the bleeds that should be resisted, but since we want to have him under crowd control all the time. Slow, stun, ability block, turn, rewind, anything you can do so he doesn't do anything apart from reviving those characters. And as you can see, he only has one charge left. Okay, so let's continue. We're gonna spread some buffs. Okay, this was an attempt that I was trying to see. I didn't remember that Red Skull is immune to bleed, so I attack him. But as you can see, like, I didn't have anywhere else to attack, because if I would attack these guys, they would die instantly, so it wouldn't be a great option. Maybe I could attack this guy and spread to this one, but I didn't remember. And once again, it was the first time I was using this team against Red Skull. Okay, so once again, the special, it does so much damage. It's so good. Like, put the T4s on it, you won't regret it. Okay, so we have the defense up, but Venom was getting the smack, and yeah, with defense down, even that you have defense up, Venom is not that great. My Venom is 4 stars, 4 red stars, 7 yellow, but he's also only level 65, and he's geared tier 12 without any items. So he's not that great, and he takes a lot of damage. But he was able to survive, and we continue our onslaught against Red Skull and his minions. This one is ready to die. This one with Venom is also ready to die. We have the stun once again because we have so much speed meter, it's just crazy. Okay, so let's see. Now I should have stun Red Skull. I didn't, so he's going to do the summons now, because I won't be able to kill them fast enough. But as you can see, all the minions, 2 of the minions are dead. He has no charges, and we are ready to finish this. Unfortunately, we don't have defense up, and it got a little bit dangerous because of that, and that's why I should have used the stun in the on Red Skull. But we are going to use these minions to speed up, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, if it was a punch across or punch up, maybe it would have made a difference, but we'll optimize this team after we are done here. Okay, so the minions died, as you saw. We killed everything. We're gonna get tons of speed up. That guy got also under 25% or whatever, so more speed up. And now I tried to see once again if you can apply bleeds. You can't. You saw before you can, but it's... I think now I'm gonna attack him and he's gonna get some bleeds or something. Let me see. Okay, this guy is getting destroyed. All the buffs he had, like, they go away instantly. Now Carnage. Defense down on that guy. So as you can see, I flipped the 2 healings into bleeds. I think that's the only way you can apply bleed to him. If you apply directly, like with Carnage Ultimate, it's not gonna work. But yeah. So as you can see, it's done. We still have 30 seconds left. I could have speed up a little bit here. It was just I was just enjoying the victory. So it was a 50k punch down, but like I said, they had full of buffs on the rooms. We had defense down, so we had a bad start and they had a great start. So I think it's still a very good result with a 50k punch down. Okay, I think we are done here. Okay, so we are done here. So in conclusion, this team works, and some improvements we are going to do with this team. We are going to make it a little bit more hybrid. Not only, we are going to keep the Green Goblin around, and we are probably going to remove the Miles. Now, Miles, he works great, but I don't like that Green Goblin is so weak. It's not that he's weak, he's very exposed to damage. So what we can do, and once again, we want the Green Goblin to stay alive and stay in game, because he dispels 2 buffs every turn Spiderverse ally or himself have a turn. So that's a huge ability against this team. Now, to increase his survivability, I think we should use Shuri in this team instead of Miles, and we use more stuns and ability blocks and so on Red Skull, since we don't have that turn rewind, but we only use it one time, so it's not that big of a deal. But having Green Goblin around is huge, even that we were not able to display that in this video, but still Venom did a great job. I just think Venom alone is not enough if we are doing a punch across or a punch up or something like that. We really need to remove those buffs from the Red Skull team. So I would definitely make this team a little bit more hybrid with use symbiotes. And it's funny because Shuri, her event is Shuri and the symbiote, so not to the to the reference, I don't know. So it's interesting, and yeah, Shuri and the symbiote plus Green Goblin. And to be honest, like Wakanda, they are completely trash on war defense and war offense. They are defeated very easily. They don't have many teams they can defeat. You can defeat any team they can defeat with something else. It's not that big of a deal. Most of the times I use Wakanda just to beat Captain Marvel or something like that, and it's always it's not great. M'Baku and Okoye, they are not great, and Killmonger is okayish, and Black Panther is okayish as well. They are nothing special. I never use them together because it's completely pointless. I rather use Shuri to complement some other team, and this is the case. Red Skull is such a big deal. I have seen so many people losing against this team, and if you use the symbiotes together with Shuri to increase the survivability of Green Goblin, I think you're gonna have great results and you're gonna defeat this team like instantly. In terms of the Sinister Six, we have one member left that leaves the team to join this one. So you'll have Vulture, Shocker, Mysterio, and Rhino. What I'm doing is using Kingpin. Kingpin is amazing on that team. The Sinister Six, they have a very powerful combo, and then they fall off. Now, if you have Kingpin as well, you will have that defense up for 2 turns, and that allows you to recover and do the combo sort of once again. Especially if you have the T4 on Vulture, it makes a huge difference. Vulture is such an underrated character, it's crazy, and if you have that team on defense, it's gonna work as great as if Green Goblin was there. And if you use it on offense, it's gonna be very good as well, because you have so many assists, because they are all villains, and the minions that Kingpin summons, they also help you to protect your main characters on that team. So Green Goblin moving to the symbiotes to attack Red Skull, it's not a problem, and Shuri is going to increase the chance of survivability from this team. So we are not relying only on Venom to apply defense sub for the team. We'll have some extra healing, and we have some heal block that sometimes is very useful, and usually on this team we don't have much of that option. So yeah, it makes the team way more reliable. I didn't try it yet, but in theory it works, and usually my theories are very correct. Okay, with everything said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. You smash that like button like a boss. And make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna keep up with different theories and different strategies to beat these meta teams that can be very, very annoying, and other teams and other reviews of characters. There is a lot of misinformation. There are many content creators that I like, but they are not the brightest lamps in the I don't know how to say. They are not the brightest. That's what I'm saying. And I think this community needs a lot more strategies, and people need to talk a lot more about these teams, because I know the game is very competitive, but I knew Spiderverse could defeat Asgardians like since January, and I only saw now, like a couple of weeks ago, one YouTuber talking about it. Like, I know you want to win, but I mean, you can still make content, no? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I promise I'm gonna give you some good strategies, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.